when he's trying to break it down, it's coming from so much feeling and emotion, and being in it is one thing, but when somebody on the outside that I didn't even know at the time, was like, this is A, B, and C, and this is what you're not doing. You're invalidating him. You're not appreciating the things that he does for you. I mean, even down to the littlest thing of me bitching at him when trying to help me clean, like, there was no need for all of that.
Yeah,
I was
because
stressing us out more by doing that, and I didn't even realize that I was stressing us out more by doing that.
yeah, because remember what I told you. Your man is your biggest supporter, your biggest rocker, your biggest come through if I need you. If you are belittling him, if you are chastising him, if you are degrading him, if you are invalidating him, if you are doing any of these things, you're teaching him not to help you, even if you're criticizing him. Because to
Yep.
this day, I don't think a lot of women understand the difference between constructive criticism and just plain criticizing. Because if we
Right.
know you want something done a specific amount of way, what you cannot do is insult the way that he did it. If you do that, you're telling him, I don't need your help to do any of this. You're just going to completely mess it up every single time. Everything you touch, you just mess up, and blah, 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 blah. Men hate when their efforts go unappreciated because whether you would want to acknowledge it or not, some women can't even get a man to get off the damn couch and take the trash out.
Exactly,
But see,
exactly. And
here
you know
would help
what?
with that.
That brings
Put
it
a
in
time limit on this
perspective.
stuff. Men are that simple. Put a time limit on that stuff. If you say, hey, honey, I need you to take out the trash in the next 10 minutes because what I'm doing in here is going to fill it up and it's going to spill over soon. So can you help me with that within that time frame? Yeah, because see, now you put a time frame on it. Now you put on when exactly that it needs to be taken out. Otherwise, saying, hey, I need you to take the trash out. We're thinking like, okay, but when? Do you need it
Yep.
right now? Do you need it later? I mean, that's that.
Oh, that's pretty.
True, true.
We are that
Oh, yeah.
simple. We really are. But
Some
when
of us
women
are
try
so
to do it,
simple
you
that
can't
women
frame it.
don't understand it.
Yeah, because women think about, okay, I'm gonna just tell you like this. Women are only used to talking to women, but they don't know how to talk to us men. And I'm gonna say that because it's the
And
proof of
I've told you
existence.
that. I've told
Because
you
look at this.
I
When
agree with
he
that a
says
hundred
something to you,
percent because
yeah,
my female friends can only tell me from their perspective, from my perspective,
yeah, because they're communicating with
not
you, a
not the
woman, but
man's.
not him. That's where the disconnect comes in. If you want
Exactly.
to understand a man, you have to engage with a man and not the woman when it comes to the conversation of why you're not getting the things you're getting. Women will only go off of their feelings on why it is that you're not getting what you're getting. Men will go off of logic and tell you what the issue is. And when we tell women what the issue is, you tend to try to translate it like you would what a woman is saying. But we are so simple, we don't come in with this extra, cooper, extra of super fragilistic, espialidocious type of shit. We are telling you
Right.
point blank,
Yep.
because you did this, now I'm withdrawing. Because you said that, you're teaching me not to speak to you. Because the moment I opened up, you hated a problem for me open up. If a man opens up to you and you start to groan, show a level of frustration, we recognize emotions. That's why we don't trust them. Because we know as men
Yep.
you're allowed to have mixed feelings. But if I made every decision based off of emotions and feelings, feelings can change with a flick of the switch. Why would we trust something so shaky?
Exactly.
But when I apply logic to that feeling, then it allows me to discern between which way to move and where not to move. Because if I make a decision based off of a feeling and I could be wrong, then the logic is going to kick in and be like, you know what? I fucked this up. So to make something predicated on the physical aspect of just feelings and emotion, you can feel like I'm doing something to you. But if I tell you that's not my intentions and that's not what I'm doing, you are basically making a bold assumption which you have no proof or evidence that I'm doing. And not only do you hurt your partner, but then you hurt the communication factor between you. Because how am I supposed to trust what you say if you won't take it what I'm saying at face value?
Hmm.
It's not something that needs to be translated. It's just something that needs to be accepted. Because if I can accept
Yep.
you at your word, if you were to tell me that somebody's plotting on me and you give me your reason behind it, and it's not just a feeling, Because if you pay attention to the way that person moves and I'm not seeing it, then I trust you to be my eyes. So if you could see something that I can see,
Exactly.
why would I have a reason to fight you on it? Present your case like in a courtroom. Because it seems like the only time a woman can present a case is when it's bound with negativity towards a man. And you will bring up
Yeah.
old shit just to validate the new argument, just so you'll
Well,
win.
Yeah.
I think that's because okay, so the old shit gets brought up into it when it's just built. It's kind of like with you guys. You can only take so much, and then you get to that next level. You can only take so much, like like a cup.
Yeah.
You pour a little bit more in. You pour a little. Eventually, that cup's gonna overflow.
Yeah, but let me tell you where the issue for men comes in. Because if men are having a disagreement, if we're having something that we are having a problem with you with, we have no problem bringing it up at that then there in the moment. But when a woman holds on to it, now you're using it as something to leverage. So in case a future argument comes up, now you can
Okay,
body him with the things you allowed to pile up, but you never spoke on it. So if you never spoke on
Yeah.
it, we didn't know it
but
existed.
in my defense, when something like that happens, let's say something happens, and I want to talk to him about something. But he comes home from work that day, and I can clearly see that he's already got a boulder on his back, and I'm sitting here holding a boulder about to put on his back. I think I could carry that boulder a little bit longer. He looks like he's carrying it enough. I think I could carry this a little longer. And then as I'm carrying it, another boulder gets put on it. But then when I look at his boulder, there's another one on his too, and his is fucking triple the size of my boulder. But mine's starting to get heavy because I'm not the same size as him. I can't carry these size boulders, right?
Exactly.
For me, I feel like there's a right time and a place for everything. So what I've learned and what I've taken from you is that at the end of the night, when everything is said and done and everybody's getting ready for bed and we enjoying our last little finger for the night, or I shouldn't have said finger, let's just say broccoli. We're enjoying our last broccoli for the night,
Oh, we
and
get you.
we're
We
just
understand.
relaxing. And that's when I've learned to take the time. First off, we're both sitting there, passing it back and forth, so we're calm when it's happening. He's had a chance to wind down from the day, get his boots off, get into his shorts, climb into the
Okay.
bed. And then I've chose at that time to then go, hey, I really wanted to ask you for your help today with whatever it was I needed help with, but I just really didn't feel like I could because, I really could see what was going on with you when you got home. And then also, him being the man, it is hard for me to get him to. He'll open up to me about stuff, but then like there's some stuff that he refuses, and I feel like if he was to share that burden, even though there's nothing I could physically like financially, even if you could just share what was going on, like this is piling up and this is piling up, like I feel like that would make him feel better to be able to get it off his chest. It's not just him carrying it. Then I would be moving differently because I know that he's in this spot. My husband has this really big problem, and this is his insecurity, where he thinks if he's not able to provide me with everything I want, not need, want new nail stuff, or if I want to go out to lunch with my friend, or non-necessities that are not important, instead of him telling me, no love, we don't have the money for that right now, he'll send it to me, giving me the impression that it's fine, right? When in reality, he just dug himself a deeper hole. When what I would have liked was the honesty of him telling me, baby, I can't do that for you right now. I wish I could, but I can't. And my
Okay.
reaction would always be the same. Baby, it's just a lunch date. There'll be 100 more. It's not a big deal.
Yeah. So, can you ready for my response now?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. So, Imagine being in the place of him, but understanding that the reason that he has that insecurity is because not only just is that one woman, it's the society of women itself make a man feel like he is less than himself if he cannot give you the things that you want versus the things that you actually need. So within that same mind frame, be calling us broke if we can't afford to get your nails done, or be broke if we can't afford for a lunch date
Which
with
my
you and
man
your
ain't
friends,
broke.
or basically
All
implying
our
that
bills are paid.
or
We got a
basically be
beautiful family. My man's rich.
Yeah, but I'm saying like this. Our whole entire existence as man is being able to provide people with everything. But have you thought about it from this perspective? What if it was you that was forced to provide everything and people were calling you something worse than or less than just because you couldn't give somebody what they actually wanted versus what they need? Needs always trump the wants. I can want something, but that doesn't mean I need it because the wants are trying to
Exactly.
prove the validation for the people outside of your relationship. But if you yourself within that relationship aren't happy, you need to start conveying that much. So those insecurities will disappear over time. Because one thing that goes on with women is FOMO, fear of missing out. If that man cannot give you what you want, you're afraid that you're missing out on this some
See,
type
I
of
don't feel
sisterhood
like
shit
that.
with a
I
lot of
don't feel
stuff
like
going
that at
on.
all. Like,
But
I
see,
have my
that's in his
girl best
head.
friend, don't
But
get
see,
me
look,
wrong. But
that's
my
within his
man
head
is
though.
my best friend. He is my best friend. He knows me better than that best friend that's known me 5 more years than he did. He knows me better. I understand what you're saying, and I do agree that there are women out there like that. But in my case, if I had a friend act like that, like my man was this or my man was that, then baby, you ain't my friend. Because I watched that man come in dog ass tired every day, giving it everything he's got for me and my children. And it's still not being enough in the eyes of the world.
G,
Because to me,
that's why
it
he's a
should
private
be enough.
person. That's why he's a private person. Because when you put shit out there
I
in your
can relate to that.
relationship, people will tear apart your relationship, conveying and steering it in the wrong direction, telling you, girl, you deserve more. Oh, is that all he does? That's just what he's supposed to do. Well, keep in mind, you can't even get certain people to do that. If a man can do without you telling
And
him what
that's
the
what
fuck
I
he should
think's
do,
funny
leave him
because
alone.
the things that man does for me, they will never have.
Because they're getting pissed off about the things that they weren't giving because insecurity speaks the loudest. If you are hurt because at the end of the day you're getting something from what they're not getting, they're going to attack your relationship, flipping it dynamic, making you hate your man. First of all, why are you in a conversation with people who don't have a man? First of all. Second of all, don't let anybody outside your relationship boat built for two, or your life raft built for two, come in and flip your ship over. Because at the end of the day, women have more influence over other women versus men having influence over other men. A woman can tell you that you're being played, you're being manipulated. Oh, he's a narcissist, he's doing that. Oh, well, girl, he's just not doing that. He's just not giving you everything you deserve. So, first of all, you're
In
speaking on
my
somebody you don't know.
experience, my personal experience, if a woman's doing that, she wants what you have.
Exactly. But the
And she
best way for
wants
them
you
to get
out
it
the
is to teach
way.
you not to want it. The
You
best way to
see
do
it
that is
all
to
the
teach you not to
time.
want it. Of
And then
course.
that man ends up with that woman that literally practically talked you into breaking up with him. And then they go
Exactly.
off and have a happy family, happy life, happy wife.
Because they don't know how to have a new experience outside their own. They want your experience. That's why when a woman looks at you, she doesn't look at the man. She looks at you first and like, ooh, she's smiling heavily and brightly. What can I do to
You
get that?
just
Then she
hit
looks at
that
your
one.
man.
If it was
Women will
a
look
nail,
at
you
you.
hit it
They will
right
see the
on the
fact that
head.
you're glowing. Women will always look at other women before they look at the man. You're the
I
reason they're
agree.
getting in. They see your smile, they see your confidence, they see that glow, they see that shine. They want it for themselves. But rather than
I
to do the
take
work it takes to get it, they will rather take your experience and make it theirs.
I'll take
That's
them
why
out
they
for her.
teach you not to want your man, to disrespect your man, to
I'll hit
devalue
my
your
cigarette
man.
and then I'll get my flip flops, take them out.
And they teaching you to hate your man because it's the very thing they've wanted. They want somebody to give them that confidence, but that confidence comes from you and not him. Your man is
Yeah.
adding on to what you already have.
It's like that saying, you can't make somebody else happy if you're not happy.
Exactly, but see, they aren't thinking about that. These people can't self-reflect. The thing is, if something fucked up, you have to realize that you played a part in it fucking up. Because why can't you keep a man? Men are the simplest motherfuckers to keep happy, but because we're not complex, it escapes everybody. Because I mean, every woman, it'll escape your mind every single time. Oh, it can't be that simple. Yeah, it is. And the fact that we're so simple bothers people because they can't think simple like us. We can literally sit here and think about nothing. That is a
Yep.
talent that we have. We can turn our brains the fuck off. Women can't turn their brain off. You're worried about
We
everything.
admire that. We admire that about you guys. We wish we really could, but at
Oh,
the
you
end of the
can.
night, you know what the difference is that by the
You can. You guys care too much though.
Yep.
you go to bed, you know what you're gonna have. You know you're gonna have to get up, get dressed, get ready for work, kiss
Oh.
your family, go to get out the door. But for a woman, I'm laying there going, does he have work clothes for tomorrow? Did I wash his work clothes? Do I have them laying out? Is the kids' clothes laying out? Do I got food for the kids tomorrow? What am I gonna feed the kids tomorrow? What am I gonna do whenever the sky falls out? I mean, literally, we will go from like everyday questions, like just regular questions, to like,
Mm-hmm.
what is the world? I feel like you did. I got a good feeling about it. I feel like you did.
Hey, yo, but let me just say this on that part. When when you go along and really start to appreciate your man, none of that stuff even matters because women will always care. You care too much about everybody and everything about what they matters. Not saying that us as men
That's
don't
what
care.
he used to. That's what my husband used to tell me, and he
Who?
always made a joke. He said, "I'm going to break you from that," and he finally did. But I didn't realize I was broken from the bad habits until like I just didn't real. I realized they just wasn't there anymore, kind of thing.
Hmm. Yeah, but see, it's not to pertain to protective or the fact that men don't care. It's more of the fact that we care about the things that are important to us. We care about the things within our castle, within our surroundings, within
That's what he
our
said. He said, "I
dynamic.
care about
Anything
what's
outside of us, it's like,
in
nah, I don't give a
me,
fuck about
what's
that.
around me." He's like, "That's what I care about. I don't care if Tom and Tracy think, that we're over here living it up."
Exactly. Because if we care about the things that only matter to us, we can actually put more of our energy and efforts towards changing the things that we want to change. We can't change anything if everybody has their fucking hand in our bowl of ice cream
I
and just saying
learned
they can
a
do this and that and
long
one the third.
I learned a long, long time ago, and I was just telling Gabby this the other day, that anytime I speak on an issue, when it comes to me and my husband, it is a past tense issue because we have already fixed it. I will never, ever let anybody know what the right now issue is. Like, if
Yeah,
there is one, you know what I'm saying? Like, if,
yeah,
if there
because they'll
was
put their
one,
personal
I would
opinion on it.
never. I have no problem whatsoever being like, yeah, we went through this, this, and this, but I'm not telling you what we're going through right now because I don't need you to try to help me figure out what's going on right now, kind of thing.
Hmm.
Anytime we ever let the third wheel come into the relationship and have any kind of input on anything, including family members, anytime we have ever did that, it I mean, when I tell you the odds were stacked against us, I don't know how we made it because there was way too many people sitting there with their hands in the honey jar at one point. My mom is telling
Yeah,
me one thing, his mama saying, and it wasn't even like, they were trying to steer, of course, mamas are trying to steer their kids in the right directions, but then once you start like having the friends with their hands in the pot, that's when stuff really starts going south.
yeah, because if you count on other people's input that aren't really in the know, or you don't know how that
Right,
person operates things, or you're not even part of that dynamic. See, that's the difference between inviting somebody from your family into your dynamic versus somebody who actually knows that person on a more ultimate level. Because, like,
right,
with this being said, I know a lot of people reach out for their parents in their relationship, but I mean, I'm not going to take advice from miserable people. I'm taking advice from
right,
happy people. And if I have happy people within my family dynamic, then yeah, I will reach out to them
right.
for
Yeah,
that
and
advice, know what it fits on
that's the
versus
part I
somebody
have.
who only seeks to control your relationship because they lack control within themselves. People who lack
Thank you.
control will seek
Come again.
control over your relationship, your life, and the same decisions. And then when you start to wonder why is my relationship ending up like theirs, you're making it your experience through theirs. Women live through shared experiences because if one woman speaks a bad experience and another woman gravitates onto it, now all of a sudden you don't want anything good. You're too focused on looking at everything bad, the negative, but you don't look at anything positive. You can't be doing that. You can't say that you want love and you want happiness, but at the same time, you are actually speaking down on the very same things you're saying to want. Ghost wants uppies. Ghost wants uppies. That's funny. Ghost wants uppies.
Oh, shit. Well, I never seen him. I'm sorry. I'm sorry, Ghost. I sent you a request if you're still in here.
Yeah,
But
I
yeah,
think.
I mean,
Do you have your
and you know,
mods having good
it
listeners?
was a rare occasion that when I met you that, and honestly, I've told you 1,000 times, I feel like it's the way you articulated it. Um, and normally I wouldn't even take advice, but that was one thing that I had never tried before was listening to it from another man's perspective.
God
And
damn it.
I'm telling you, I mean, when I say it was like we were already a beautiful flower, you know what I mean? Like that's how I like to describe it. It's like we were already a beautiful, bud, and we were gonna blossom, and we were still gonna be a beautiful flower, but you came along with that little bit of fertilizer I needed, and the flower blossomed into much more than what I had expected. And I remember telling you like I never had to change. He never had to change anything. The minute I started moving differently, it was like he was in sync with me, and he started moving differently,
Yeah, but look what Caleb's
just
saying.
like you
Look
said
what
he
Caleb's
would,
saying.
and you said he would.
Yeah, because my thing is when you made so
Thanks,
many
silly
mistakes, you
Caleb.
could easily focus on. When you make so many mistakes, it's easy to look back and learn from them, so you can make sure other people don't repeat those same mistakes. But look what Caleb said. He says his voice, his uncle voice.
It's the uncle voice.
Nah, I'll just speak from experience. If I've been there before, I can try to help people
Prideful.
not
How
go
old
there
are you?
again.
Prideful. How old are you?
Mm, I'm just gonna let everybody guess that one. Damn,
Well, I
Snapchat buzzer.
can't guess because I already know.
Actually, I'm only 37. Not even that old.
Mhm. A couple
My
years
mom
older than
said you sound like somebody's grandpa.
Like not as in old, as in wise.
She meant
Well,
as in
basically, it
wise.
was like,
Yeah.
okay, wise uncle. Okay, I can see that. But I guess when
I
I've
mean, just
seen so many people make mistakes, I learn from them. The thing is,
She reads a
you can
lot.
learn a lot from your last relationship. You can
Goes.
learn a lot from your last relationship if you were paid attention on the things that were done, the things that you did, parts that you played in it. It'll really help out a lot more when people realize that. But rather than to think it was always somebody else's fault, there is no such thing as a one sided coin. That's all I'm saying.
We both into you. Well,
colors I'm listening to. Oh,
She'll be right back after
we
these
put nope.
messages. So we'll be right back after
Nope.
these
We put him
messages
on the
from our
big screen.
sponsor.
Yep,
Hey,
yep.
yo, why am I on the big
Talk to the
screen?
people.
Caleb, take over.
Because of your wisdom and your
I'm on the big
coffee
screen.
cup.
I love that coffee cup. Hell yeah.
Yeah,
You
they
said
try to
why
get
am I
me
on the
banned
big screen?
because
I
of
put him on
the
the first
grip.
screen.
You ever see the handle
This
on this
bitch better
thing?
have
Hell yeah.
I like the
tell me what
handle.
my husband wants.
Heck yeah. Let's
She
go.
sure don't let. She sure don't let my stepdad see that.
Oh, they almost sold out of these. I guess a lot of people like the handle. It just feels
Yeah.
comforting for me.
You're only 25.
No, I'm 37.
No, it's not gonna go.
You're a lie ghost. You're older.
My thing is, Allison been having the same issue since I came along, but it's been a lot easier to help her through it because it's more like a man
Just
understands
kidding.
another man versus over a woman. We are each other. We around each other 24/7. Women only know men in a relationship. They don't know us outside of the whole complex. Bro, you're only 25? Damn. Enjoy it, because I'm not 25 anymore.
I know that's right.
As you get older, you tend to learn a lot of shit, though.
Yeah.
Man, as you get older, you'll realize everybody don't want the same thing as you want. You got to find the people that do want the same thing as you.
Yeah.
Because with the things that you don't want, you will never speak on the things you don't want. You focus on the things that you do want. Society focus on the shit that they hate and not the shit that they like. Like, what do you want? Focus on the things that you want. Because if you got that much time to speak on the things that you hate, you obviously don't want it yet.
Yeah.
Either that or you don't know how to handle it. Because if you had it before, you're the one that might have lost it.
Yeah.
That's like giving
Depends
somebody a
on the
pet.
situation.
Yeah, that's like giving somebody a pet they don't know how to take care of.
Yeah.
It's
True
either you
statement.
learn, it's either you learn, or it's gonna pass away.
Yep. It's like you get your first puppy for the first time. You don't know nothing about no dog, but you fixing to learn.
That'd be the case. But
Exactly.
like I was telling Allison, women translate what men say into what they think he's saying instead of not what he's saying.
Yeah.
Women are used to talking to other women. They're not used to talking to us.
Yeah.
Invalidating of what a man says is going to cause him to be frustrated because he's being that simple.
Yeah. Dead
Women
simple.
don't think simple. Women don't think simple. They think they do, but they don't. They think with extra steps. They think with adding something onto it is their level of simple. She can
Yep.
ask me right now, why didn't I fuck? She could ask me right now. Like for example, she could be like, well, why don't you fuck with Blue? Why don't you fuck with Blue Teddy? I could say because, for example, he's an asshole. Simple as that. Oh, but it got to
Yep.
be more to it than that. No, it's not. There is nothing else to that.
Exactly. Exactly.
You're trying to dig. She's trying to dig for something that's not there. If you try to overcomplicate it, now you lost me because I just don't like him because he's an asshole. I mean, that's it. I mean, there's nothing else to put in that statement.
Right.
I said because you're doing that for your benefit before your discernment. Because the only way you can understand it if it's in your perspective and not mine. Because you're
Yep.
trying to make my perspective yours. You're adding something onto it that I never intended it to be. You're turning it into a
Exactly.
damn mountain when it was supposed to be a molehill. Like,
Yep.
why is it that deep? It could just be simple as that. You know I don't like assholes, so why would I associate myself with one? That's just it. But see,
Exactly.
Yeah, I
they
believe you,
overthink
asshole.
everything.
Caleb.
That was just an example. That was just an
Believe the
example,
one that's
though.
talking.
What?
Yo,
Believe the one that's talking.
yo, that's me.
The one without the deeper voice.
Oh, okay.
He's not young.
Yeah, I'm not young. I wish I was,
He's
but
only
I'm
a
not.
year older than me.
So he's Prideful's 37, Blue's 36. I forget how old Allison is.
Oh, you'll be surprised.
She's young.
I can relate to a lot of what Prideful said.
Well, yeah,
Me
I'm
too.
only
That's why I
speaking
said I
for the
can sit
friends,
with
y'all.
you and talk.
Yeah, but y'all want to know something crazy though? I may sound like this, but this is what my natural tone sounds like. But when people say that, they can't really hear what I'm saying, so I have to switch it up. So imagine if I just started talking like this, and people are like, "Hey, yo, what the hell happened to your voice all of a sudden?"
Exactly.
But see, I have to speak like this so people can understand what I'm saying. When the bass kind of gets too beat too much, then it's like, well, we like, hold on, are you catfishing us? I'm like, no, I'm not. But to talk like
No.
this, but to talk like this really does put a strain on my vocal cords for real. So I have to immediately go back to sounding like that. But hey,
Yep.
it is what it
Yep. Yeah, it'd be
is.
like that sometimes.
Yeah, so even when I'm at work, I can't talk like this because people won't hear me. So instead of being like, hey, I had to be like, hey, motherfucker, I know you heard what I said.
Right, right.
But see, a lot
I
of
know
things
I
are,
said it clear enough.
yeah, yeah, it'd be that, it'd be that. But to really keep it 100 with you, a lot of stuff we go through as men, we understand because we're around each other so many times. But the women don't understand it because they only know us in a relationship.
Yep.
But outside of a relationship, they don't see the other side that they don't get to see. They don't get to see the camaraderie, the friendships. We as men, we can basically call each other the worst shit imaginable,
Friend
and we
zone.
won't have our feelings hurt.
Exactly. Because we done been there or had it done.
Exactly, because that's how we care about each other. You're not my friend unless you're insulting me.
Right.
If you don't say nothing to me, like, nah, bro, we ain't friends. Because I know you gonna come back with something just as worse. But if we see
Yep.
anybody else talking shit about you, no, we finna check that shit. We check that because it's like as
For
men,
real,
it's
for
like
real.
no, that's my boy. You ain't finna put him down like that. Only we could do that. I earned
Oh,
that motherfucking
idiot.
right.
What is that when you come over to me? She's like, next. Mine's not even close to being empty. Oh, it's okay, Disney.
Sorry. My dog's addicted to coffee.
Yo, that's crazy. A dog addicted to coffee. What is it, Starbucks?
Yes, only she won't drink black coffee.
She won't drink black coffee. It's got to be all foo-fooed up
Damn,
with sugar and
Starbucks.
creamer. And
No, they'll be taking
Damn.
Starbucks. She didn't
Of
drink.
course she would.
she, she ain't that special.